Toblerone truffles, velvety diamond-shaped chocolate with a crunchy nougat filling.
What began as a Tory parliamentary tactic today to embarrass the Prime Minister soon turned into a wider challenge to his authority as senior figures on the Labour backbenches, including the former Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner, lined up to criticise the lack of scrutiny of exactly what the government would release. Earlier, the Prime Minister had warned that he would not disclose anything that would threaten national security, but following frenetic discussions across the chamber, the government gave in to critics. To add to the confusion, the Metropolitan Police this evening issued a statement that said that they had asked the government not to release any files that would prejudice their investigation. It is a pretty messy picture on a day when the Prime Minister's authority over his party looked a bit ragged. And as you may just have seen, the amendment, or the motion with the amendment, has just been voted through in the Commons. I'm joined here in the studio by our political editor, Beth Rigby. I suppose almost a foregone conclusion, but the debate this afternoon was fascinating and really changed from what we expected it to be when it was first announced.
I mean, it has been quite the day, and I have to say, Matt, I'm reeling a bit right now, and my WhatsApps are full of MPs in absolute fury about what's going on. If we just stand back for a moment, where are we? And we'll get onto the debate in a moment. The release of further details on Mandelson's relationship with Epstein has really blown up a crisis that the Prime Minister hoped he had put to bed last September when he sacked Mandelson as the ambassador to the US after it emerged that he had continued this friendship with Epstein, and it was much closer than perhaps the Prime Minister was told he was led to believe. But the revelations over the weekend that Mandelson also allegedly leaked market-sensitive information back in 2009 under the Gordon Brown administration, that he had taken payments from Epstein amounting to £75,000 when he was a prominent Labour politician in the early noughties, has brought this crisis right to the door of the current Prime Minister. If they had never brought Mandelson back, this would have been a historical scandal that might turn out to be the biggest of this century. And I say that because the Met Police are now investigating Mandelson. If they decide to prosecute him and he has a conviction, he could end up going to prison over this. That is how serious these allegations are. Where does it leave the current Prime Minister? He is in a very, very, very sticky situation tonight, Matt. And the fact that the government have had to today amend their own amendment to allow the release of all these documents and then put the adjudication of what should and shouldn't be put in the public domain, not in the hands of the government, but in the hands of Parliament through the Intelligence and Security Committee. The reason that is happening is because their own MPs do not trust the government. And the person that led that call for scrutiny independent of number 10 was Angela Rayner, the former Deputy Prime Minister. So the fact that she did that, it was backed up by other senior MPs such as Meg Hillier, tells you very clearly how deeply unhappy about this MPs are. I've got MPs telling me that they're not sure they can stay on in government posts. People might resign. It is a tinderbox, this, that could really ignite. And so it's very, very febrile. The other thing that happened this evening, Matt, that has been another blow to the Prime Minister, is in Prime Minister's questions, he conceded that the vetting process on which he took the decision to appoint Mandelson as the ambassador back in 2025 made it clear that Mandelson had continued his relationship with Epstein. Now, for many of his MPs, and particularly some of the female MPs, that is unforgivable because that shows a terrible lack of judgment from the Prime Minister in their view. Now, Starmer's defence there at the dispatch box was, I was lied to, I was misled. If I had known then what I have subsequently found out, I would never have appointed him. I regret it deeply. The bind...
Make bold moves. Make breakthroughs. Make your mark. Make the future. KPMG, make the difference.
You won't believe how many places you can travel to this March for less than £80. I'm currently in Latvia.
He betrayed his country, his parliament and his party, Sir Keir Starmer told MPs, insisting he regretted appointing Peter Mandelson as ambassador to the United States. Later, number 10 said new information had emerged in September which showed the depth and extent of Mandelson's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein was materially different from what he had claimed, and so he was sacked. But Labour anger over the vetting process and the Prime Minister's handling of the appointment is only growing, as Anya Pop reports.
Mandelson lied throughout the process and beyond the process. He lied, and he lied again to my team.
No shortage of superlatives today.
He's betrayed our country.
As a beleaguered Keir Starmer on the back foot tries to distance himself from the disastrous decision to appoint Peter Mandelson as his US ambassador. A political drama, say those opposite, of his own making.
Can the Prime Minister tell us, did the official security vetting he received mention Mandelson's ongoing relationship with the paedophile Jeffrey Epstein?
So clear. Prime Minister?
Yes, it did. As a result, various questions were put to him. I want to make sure this House sees the full documentation so it will see for itself the extent to which time and time again Mandelson completely misrepresented the extent of his relationship with Epstein.
The government tried to get
The photographs may be embarrassing, but the emails are devastating. Tonight, the Metropolitan Police said they had launched an investigation into a 72-year-old man, a former government minister, for misconduct in public office. That man is, of course, Peter Mandelson, and his former colleagues are appalled.
I removed Peter Mandelson as ambassador to the US very shortly after being appointed as Foreign Secretary. There's clearly been a lot of information that just was not known, and these revelations, for me, as someone who was in the Treasury at the time of the financial crisis, I find truly shocking.
Peter Mandelson was business secretary during the financial crisis when he's alleged to have leaked market-sensitive information to Jeffrey Epstein. His old boss, Gordon Brown, has already contacted the police about what he called an inexcusable and unpatriotic act. Amongst the emails Mandelson allegedly sent to Epstein were a briefing for Gordon Brown on the sale of government assets. What saleable assets, asks Epstein. Land, property, I guess, comes the reply. There was confirmation of the EU's €500 billion bailout, should be announced tonight, Mandelson appears to have written. And also advance notice of Gordon Brown's resignation as Prime Minister. Finally got him to go today, Mandelson appears to boast, around 9 hours before this highly market-sensitive information was made public.
Come on, let's do this, yes!
You noticed me, didn't you?
Who couldn't notice you, Peter?